This is Thomas Prendergast, and this is the Autoresponder tutorial. Unlike most autoresponder tutorials that just show you the feature and mechanism of the actual autoresponder system, I'm teaching the theory concept of building an inbound marketing strategy in building your autoresponders. A lot of people are completely unaware of how to go about building an autoresponder system. So my job here is to teach you how you go about doing that. For the next hour and 38 minutes and 50 seconds, I'm going to lay out the strategy, do a storyboard, bullet points, summaries, write the content. Winds up being 9 significant articles in regards to the 9 fundamentals that we do here. Those then get converted into blogs, and then summaries from all of that are put into a document, and then at that point, now that we have all the links to the blogs and that document, I create the autoresponders, the 9 autoresponders, which that doesn't take very long to do. It's the prep prior to that I'm showing you here that is a necessary skill if you are going to produce autoresponder campaigns that actually have a positive effect and produce results. All right, so it's all about concept first. So what are you going to write about? So I had to sit down and think about what am I going to write about, and I created a storyboard. So basically I took a piece of paper, and that storyboard story is in this autoresponder. So first I had to come up with a theme: 7 fundamental principles of every successful content marketing campaign or inbound marketing campaign. So I had to write kind of like 7 bullet points, and it turned into 9. So now it's not called 7 anymore, it's called 9, the 9 fundamentals. Okay, so that's the very beginning of the campaign. So in each one of these campaigns I had to write kind of like, well, what is it going to be about? Content marketing is accelerating at a blistering pace. Where all this came about was I took a Photoshop kind of document and broke it up into little squares and kind of illustrated, it's fundamental principles of a successful content marketing campaign. So that's the title. That should be the first one: content marketing, and how important it is. And then it goes to number 2. Clearly defined audience. You need to know who your audience is. I mean, if you're gonna write a story, you need to know who you're writing the story to, right? So a clearly defined audience needs to be established. So with a clearly defined audience, I wrote a little thing about it to help me build that. This all came out of the storyboard. So this becomes my bullet list of what I'm going to write about. Third one, a clearly defined strategy. Fourth one, high quality content. Now, if I was to make these the separate emails, each email would be like 12, 15 paragraphs. Nobody wants that. Think about this. Are you busy? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're sitting around wondering when you're going to die because you're so bored. 10, you are so busy that when you wake up, you're impressed if you got one less thing to do. Because for me, every time I get one thing done, I got 3 more things to do. I'm an incredibly busy person. And so I'm always looking for ways to increase my productivity, but also to reduce my interruptions. So when somebody sends me an email, and it goes into great detail before I even know what they're talking about, there's like 12 paragraphs and about 15 pictures and a little video link and all this stuff, and they're assuming I'm even interested in what they sent me. I don't know about you, but I would like to poll you on this. When I look at that, I'm overwhelmed with it already. I'm already exhausted. I don't have time to sit there and try to read it to figure out what it is, right? Do you all agree? So what if you get an email and you open it up and it's one small paragraph and it says a clearly defined strategy for your campaign, for your marketing campaign to work, you must put pen to paper and actually define and document every aspect of your current marketing strategy. Let me explain. And then there's a link. Well, I can look at that and determine, is this something I even want to look into? And I'm also extremely grateful that this person respects my time by giving me as small of a summary as they possibly can to give me an indication of what they're going to share with me. So when I get that kind of email, You've already won me over as far as my being impressed. That's why this is important. So I got to build my outline, and my outline is going to wind up becoming my summary that points to what I'm building here. Okay, so I just want to explain the insanity. So I'm using Google Docs, and what's nice about Google Docs is I highlight this and I say, okay, this is the fourth autoresponder called quality content. High quality content that's published continually. Your content marketing campaign should consistently produce and publish high quality content. This doesn't just mean that it's well written. So there's a summary here. And then from the summary, I built the article. In just a minute here, I'm going to share those articles with you. Then we're going to go produce the blogs in MarketHive system and show you how MarketHive's inbound marketing system integrates all of this stuff to create for you a very powerful campaign. Okay? So each one of these, I started here, and then after I get everything done, I come back and I finish here before I go and produce. And we haven't done any of that production yet. We will do that in this meeting. So you understand here, I wound up thinking it was going to be 7, and it turned into 9. Rigorous analysis and reporting. I spend more time analyzing stuff than I actually do producing the marketing materials. And this is what you get in a master's degree in marketing. There's a lot of analytics. This is why Annette's so important in MarketHive, because that's what Annette does. Annette is a master at taking unrelated data all over the place, absorbing it all, writing reports, boiling it down, and coming back and then saying and giving a analysis on it. This is what this means. This market will respond to these types of messages, and they will not, and they will reject this. So when we put together campaigns, we need to know who it is we're campaigning to and what we should be telling them, so we attract them. Right? Makes sense? So that's a very important part. Continually optimizing, improving your site. Extremely important that your site continues to improve in its speed. Do you realize that if you have an extremely fast site and a person lands on it and it's like, boom, there it is, you saved them time, right? You land on a site, it takes 5 minutes for them to be able to see it. 90% bounce out of it. They don't have time for that, and they don't appreciate it because of time. So continually optimizing, making your site fast, intuitive, less chatter, and more effective. Right, okay, so I had to write about that. Conclusion. So I had to write a thing about the conclusion. So let's go. Let's go to our first one. Autoresponder letter, number 1, right here. What is content marketing? Useful content should be at the core of your marketing. Content is the core of inbound marketing. So here's the Google Docs, polished content with examples and videos that I built for it. I built this custom graphic for it, the inbound marketing pyramid. I kind of like segued it from the content marketing pyramid to the inbound marketing pyramid, because inbound marketing really is the term for content marketing. So instead of just grabbing something else, I produced the quality information. So we're now going to go make this blog. So we're going to go over to MarketHive, and we're going to the blogging system, and we're going to blog this into the autoresponder group that I made. And that's why I made the autoresponder group, so that this blog is contained in that autoresponder group for a purpose. So I go to write a new blog. So I'm going to post the blog to autoresponders. Category, business development. Post title, all right, we go back to our, what is content marketing? And copy it. So that makes this very easy. Now this is just basically a copy, paste, and layout. Post link, that's like an appendix. It can be removed. It won't kill you. So what do we want for our key tags? We want content, inbound, marketing is one word, comma, automated marketing. All right. These create hashtags that publish out to Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. And the way that it works, you don't put any space in there. We just break them up with a comma, and that will then put into it a hashtag. All right, now we're going to expand out our window. Now we're going to start constructing. So we're going to leave this title in the content that we do, and we're going to copy down to that video. So we're going to copy this, go to our video, and we're just going to paste it. And it's going to require some formatting because we go from one to another. We don't need the double spacing. We want our header to be in a heading 1. Search engines give that extreme importance if you put it into heading 1. Not a font, not a font size thing, but the heading 1. They give it really high priority. That's a very important thing to know about SEO. All right, so our secondary goes to heading 2. All right, the rest of it at font size, I think it's probably traditional. I think it defaults to 12 point. But I tend to do 10 to 12 point. 12 point is a little small. I'll just leave it default. Okay, I don't want it to be bold. I think it's automatically bold because I copied it that way. All right, so now I'm going to put the video in there. Okay, so we go here and we have this video. That's the video address right there. But I want this graphic in there. And in Google Docs, even though I uploaded that from my computer, copy and pasted it, I click Save to Keep. It's now hosted on Google Docs, and I can right button click on it, and I can copy the image address. You with me? All right, come over here, and then what is content marketing? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this image in, and I'm going to hide it. So I'm inserting in front of what is content marketing. I'm hitting the image tag. I'm putting the URL to that image here. Then I'm changing the width to 1 pixel. So it's 1 pixel by 1 pixel. So it's basically invisible to you, but it works as a thumbnail when publishing out because our system automatically publishes out, depending on who's subscribed to your blog, to all the social networks out there that will look for that thumbnail and use that as part of the broadcast. Okay, everybody understand that? All right, whether you understand it or not, that's something I can explain to you later. All right, so now I'm going to go to this YouTube video, copy, because I need the code from it. I need the embed code. All right, so I click on Share, click on Embed, copy that code, close it, and close this window. I don't need to watch it. I made the video. And I go back here, and then right here, the way I embed the code, I type in video, so it's keyed, go to source, and I paste it in right here. And then I go back to viewing it. All right. So there's to the video. So now we go to the video. So content marketing, aka inbound marketing, is good for your bottom line, and yada yada. So we go down here and we start copying all of this until we get to the next graphic. Copy this. And we paste it. Okay. All we got to do is take the double paragraphs out of it. And what I do here is I hit delete. No, it shouldn't do that. All right, so it's giving me, that's the way it's going to be. Okay, content. I'm just trying to tighten it all up. Okay, and then I want to give it some authority or importance with bold, so I'm going to make sure that it's just with copying and pasting with Google Docs, it makes everything bold. So go back and I'll look at the Google Docs, and I'm like, okay, what have we made bold? That content marketing, content is present and marketing is impossible. So we want to go make those bold in our content marketing. I'm just going to make that a heading 2. I'm going to make that heading 2. And make that heading 2 bold. Heading 2 bold. All right, now we got another image to put in here. And I need to break out of that, so sometimes you have to go into the code. It's a good idea to know your code, no matter what. Every type of WYSIWYG system has its own little unique weirdnesses in it, and if you know your code, you can just go in there and bypass that issue. All right, now we have this. So we're going to take this, and we're going to save to keep it. Now we can just copy the image address, go in here, and put in the image. Now, depending how big this image is, my rule of thumb is not to go beyond 700. 500 to me is the sweet spot for blogs. It's 512, so I can leave it like it is, and I click OK. Hit the Enter key, go back to my content, grab the rest of it. All right, the rest of it, there's not any bolds or anything, so I scroll down. Okay, and I think that's it. So, need an inbound marketing strategy? Check out our blog at, and there is, copy that and paste it in here. Tighten up the double paragraphing again. Okay, make it not bold, except for those two right there. Take the bold key out. And we reduce it down. And I'm going to make this public, and I'm going to make the swiping available to all members. So you can go swipe this into your own blog. Wait a minute, what is swiping? I'm going to explain that in another training. All right, publish. Now let's go see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. Might want to make that a little bit smaller, but right now for the purpose of this, that's our first one. Okay, so that's our link to autoresponder number 1. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come back here and see where it says link for number 1, and that's number 9. No, that's 9 fundamental. Yeah, that's number 1. Okay, so now we're going to just paste our link there, because this is going to become our autoresponder. Each one of these will be a series of autoresponders. 9 fundamental principles, that content, that link, and that'll be that. All right, so now we're going to do number 2, clearly defined audience. So we go to our Google Docs, number 2, how to define your target audience. So I'm going to copy that. Copy. We're going to go set up another blog. All right. So now we're going to go back to blogs, make number 2 blog, write a new blog. Going to go to the autoresponder group, because that's where I'm building it. My group, I made that autoresponder group. Business development. Post title, how to find your target group. Post link, that's an appendix. It can be surgically removed, won't affect anything. In fact, it's being removed. Okay, so then what we put in here, we put in target audience, comma, inbound marketing, comma, Market Hive. Expand it out. Go back to our content, which is number 3. See how those tell you right there? See how much easier this makes us? Okay, so we've got a graphic. So it's going to be how to define your target and that graphic. So we're going to save to keep, copy image address, and how to define your target audience. So we're going to start out with how to define your target audience. So the width is fine. All right, so I'm going to click there and let that be that. This, I'm going to turn it into heading 1, and then in front of it, I'm going to put the same image in here, hidden, so that I definitely get it picked up as the number 1 image as my thumbnail. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to make it 1. All right, click OK. All right, as we build our blog. Now we go back to our content, and this is a quote, so when I get it in there, I'm going to make it italics as well. I'm going to bold Susan Critton, because she's the one that made this quote. Then I'm going to scroll on down to there, building relationship. I know that that's going to be bold, so I'm going to copy that. And remember Susan Critton, and make the last section bold. Okay, so first of all, I don't want this to be all bold. All right, so I'm going to make this italic, because we're quoting her, and I'm going to make her bold, so she gets special attention. Then building relationships, give a lot to get a lot. And I'm going to make that a heading 3, and hit enter. Go back and go retrieve some more stuff. This little piece of graphic here, copy image address, and publish it there. I'm sure it's going to be small enough. Yeah, it's a small graphic. Hit enter. Go retrieve some more stuff from autoresponder email number 2. We asked Yaro Starik of entrepreneursjourney.com the following question. All right, well, I'm going to grab this one. We we asked Yarrow start the blah 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 video, so we're gonna go put the video in here, and then go back and copy that and get back on track. There's an old saying: there's always times. There's never enough time to do it right, but there's always enough time to do it over. You know what I mean? Make that a heading 3. Okay, then now we can move on. All right. Autoresponder number 2. If you were building an online presence from scratch today, person that will pay you. All right, we know that that's bold. Everything else on here is book. Book means it's not bold. Paste. Okay, then we got to go in here and tighten it up. Now, if I was doing this in Microsoft Word, I wouldn't have this issue, but I've stopped working in Microsoft Word because this way I can collaborate with Google Docs. Okay, and that's going to become a heading 2, bold. The rest of this needs to be unbolded. And then bold a couple things like that. It always helps the eye when you break things up nicely. That's another thing that you take into consideration when you build a campaign. Okay, the person that will pay you. All right, now we got another graphic. Save to keep. Copy the link. Down here, put in the image. Click on the image tag. Paste the image. Click here, see how big it is. It's what is it, 625? We want it to be 500. Why do we want it to be 500? Because MarketHive broadcasts and publishes out to it could literally be publishing out to tens of thousands of people who subscribe to you. People can subscribe to your blog through their WordPress, through their LiveJournal, through their LinkedIn, through all kinds of different social networks. And you start making your images too big, you break the other systems in your downstream. And you don't want to negatively impact the subscribers in your downstream from your broadcasting, because when you do that, they stop subscribing. And once they stop subscribing, it's virtually impossible to get them to come back and subscribe. So not only is this a powerful function of MarketHive, we're doing this for the email that we're going to send out. Email, by the way, is 67% of all marketing on the internet of effectiveness is through the email. But the other remaining part of that is social networks. And if you can create a reach, which our system automatically does, then you can pretty much command the whole entire kit and caboodle with MarketHive. All right, so now we got to go get more content from number 2, and that is there are basically 3 people that fit in your personal brand, blah, blah, blah. And then step 1, identify, and that's going to be a title. We're going to paste this. It's going to come out bold, and we're going to want to break it down to be not bold, except for that one last thing. So this gets unbolded, and then this gets turned into a heading 2. Right, hit enter or hit next. Okay, and then we go back to our number 2 and boss, investor, client. Lay out a path, scroll down. Step 2, create a complete description. Copy that. Go back in here. Paste. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Make that a title 2. The rest of this unbold, except for boss, investor, client. I'm going to make it unbold. Hit enter. Go retrieve some more content. Next, create a complete description. Go to that heading there. Copy it. So all of this is going to be made book, except for that, which will be made a title. So we paste, tighten it up, heading 2. The rest of it we make it book, which is the opposite of bold. And then we hit enter, go retrieve some more information. You see, at this point, I've done all the work. I've done over 40 hours of work doing the research and building this content. Now it's just a matter of constructing. And constructing is what you learn to do when you're doing, what you're learning here is in constructing your autoresponders. Now, not everybody will tell you this, but when we do an autoresponder, we want the majority of our work in our blogs that we point to, because then we can update that, right? Does everybody get that? Okay, so we're going to make that unbold. Tighten it up, 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 tighten it up. Make that a heading 2. The rest of it unbold. Except for that, we'll make that bold. Down here, enter, retrieve. Once you get to know your motivates, step 5, create a game plan. We can go to the next one, person that influences, and then we've got italics there. So we're going to do that batch there. We know that we have 2. Step 5 is bold and the person. So those are going to be title tag 2s. All right, so we're going to paste this. Tighten it up. Heading 2. I don't know why I call them title 2. Heading 2. Unbold. Make it book. Make it book. Hit enter. Retrieve. When building your personal brand. And there we have our quoter. So I'm going to copy that as well. So now we're going to give this person special treatment. Paste. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Boom, boom. This gets unbolded and italicized. That stays bold, and that gets unbolded. Book. Hit enter. Go retrieve. Okay, that's bold. That's bold. That's why do I keep calling it title? Header. Okay, so we have 2 bolds. Pat Flynn and his response. All right, so we're going to paste. Tighten it up. Since we leave him bold, we make that book. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. We make that book. Leave that bold. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Make those book. And make that a header. Heading. What's it called? Heading 2. Hit enter. Carriage return. Whatever you want to call it. My daughter thinks she's 12. My daughter's a genius. She laughs at me when I call it carriage return. She said, Dad, they haven't made an IBM Selectric 2 for like, what, 30 years? Stop saying that. She's so funny. Okay. Save to keep. Save to keep. They sit next to each other, side by side. So we're going to copy this one. Copy image address. Paste it. No, not paste it. Image. Click the image tag. Boom. And alignment. I think alignment on this needs to be... I think we have to affect... No, maybe it's not this one, it's the next one. To make them stack next to each other. Where'd it go? Oh no, that's not where I wanted it. Okay, this is where I wanted it. All right, I gotta make it smaller. Gotta pay attention here, Mr. Prendergast. The width, you want it to be 150. You want this to be somewhat small, right? 100. Yep, that's what we want. All right, so now we make a space with a space bar, and we go get the next one. Go retrieve the next graphic, which is that one. Copy image address. Now, what is our height on this? 60. All right, so we want this one to be 60. And I think this one also has to be, something else has to be done with it. I think it has to be made left. I'll say our height needs to be 60. And I think our alignment on this is to the left. Yeah, there we go. All right, and I need to put some space in between it. There we go. Hey, how's that for remembering? Okay. Identify the influencers. All right. Now we go to, there are a few ways to figure out. We know that that first line's bold. And starting with these is bold, and Facebook is no longer relevant in business, which is a sad but true commentary. All right, so we know that it starts out bold and it ends bold, starting with these right before that. Okay, so we're going to need to paste. You know, it starts out bold. That is bold, right? Yep. Unbold, except for these two social networks are usually the two most common, right? So we unbold that, and Facebook is no longer relevant. Sad but true. All right, that may be a little too small, so I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to go to 300. Click OK. Yeah, I like that better. All right, hit Enter. Go retrieve. We should be getting pretty close to the end of this. All right, so now we're going to copy. Well, first of all, you got to go save that. Then Market Hive is a new rising star of entrepreneurial professionals. Copy that. It goes right there. It stays bold. And I think I want it to be, yeah, we'll leave it bold. That's fine. And we go back to retrieve and copy the image address. And we're going to paste that image, or not paste, but insert. What size is it? 320, that's fine. Okay, hit Enter. And go back to retrieve. We're at 40 minutes now. Okay, we should be pretty close to this being wrapped up. Step 2, create description. Step 3, create contact plan. And a lot of content there to your supporters. So we're going to take it to there, because you see that's another quote coming up, and I treat those differently. So I just have to remember in my brain, your supporters, step 3, create, and step 2, create. So 2, 3, and supporters. So I go over here, paste that. There we go. All right. So that needs to be book. Tighten it up. Leave that bold. Tighten it up. Make that book. Tighten it up. Leave that bold. Tighten it up. 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 Okay, the rest of this is book. And that should be book. I hope you guys know what that means. All right, and that should be heading 2s, header 2. Okay, hit Enter. Go retrieve. We should be getting close to the end here on the autoresponder number 2. Your supporters. Okay, so now we have a quote and things, so I'll just copy all of this right here. Copy. It's 2 paragraphs of italics. And I think I'll copy this too. Okay, copy. All right, your supporters. Okay. So first I'll tighten it up. Then take out all of the bold. Make this italic. Make that bold. Go retrieve. Next thing is step 1, identify your support team. And step 2, so we got step 1, step 2, step 3, and give back to your supporters is a bigger heading. Okay, step 1, step 2, and give back. All right, so we come here and we paste. Okay, step 1, identify your support team. That stays bold. This doesn't. This goes to book. Tighten it up. Make that bold. That's bold, right? Nope. Make it bold. Is that bold? Yep. All right. Tighten that up. Next one, you got it. Tighten up. Step 3 is bold. Step 3 is bold. Next. 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 Get back to your supporters by asking questions. That's a heading. So we're going to make that a heading 2. The rest of this is going to be made book. That's bold. All right. Enter. And Go back to email 2, retrieve. Okay, there we go. It's not easy, so the next article will identify the clearly defined strategy. And then put a link. Copy. Go here. I'm not going to be able to put the link yet because the next article's not done. I'm just going to paste that there. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. Fix the misspelling. And make that book. I'm also going to be coming back and tweaking the system, tightening it up. So these bullet points, I want them to be tight. I don't want the space in between. So I got to go mess with that. That's my own preference. That's the way I like it. Same there. I want those all tightened up so there's no space in between. But for the most part, this is a sweet looking blog. Now the reason why I put that little hidden thumbnail in there, I take this blog and I come down here to publish it to like Facebook. This little thing here, it should work. It should show that thumbnail that I hid in there. Now we'll go to Facebook and see if in fact it did what it's supposed to do, or what it used to do. Facebook is changing and messing everything up really badly. There it is. See what it did? Okay. If I didn't do that thumbnail, then it would just be content. But since I did the thumbnail, it now creates this. So when you click on this, what does it do? Takes you to that blog. This is not, yes, in a way this is daisy chaining the article. Okay? So we've got 2 out of 9 done. I could do the same thing. Internally, I could go, you know, there's this ability to blog subscribe. So I could click on the blog subscribe and I can subscribe my Twitter account to it, my Facebook account to it. I haven't connected my LinkedIn. LinkedIn right now, they're in the process of messing with their API, so they've broken that ability. And I can have it published to my newsfeed to alert me when this particular account publishes again. So from there on out, anytime this autoresponder account is published to, it will publish out to my Twitter account, which has almost 10,000 people in it. Automatically, everybody on my Twitter account is exposed. My Facebook wall, it's 5,000. When we add to this our Facebook pages and our Facebook groups, I have over 500,000 members in all of my groups. So, because I've been on Facebook since the beginning, I don't know if there's any value to it or not. I get hardly any engagement whatsoever in Facebook. So, that's why in my research, very few people find any value at all in Facebook anymore when it comes to business. All right, so then I click subscribe me. And so you could go subscribe to this. Anybody on Market Hive can go subscribe to any of the content anybody else is doing, and then from now on, when they produce that content, it publishes to your social account. So let's go look at my Twitter account. If it's not there yet, it will be there soon. There it is. See that? It automatically published to my Twitter account. When we get done with what we're doing in Market Hive, it will automatically publish to up to 26 social networks. Now think about this. I'm going to ask you guys questions. I want all to put down a number. What are the most amount of subscribers you have in any of all your social networks? Tell me how many people you have as a connection in your most popular social account. Type it. 5, 50, 5,000, 25,000, 10,000. I would be 10,000. I'll put in 10,000 because I'm almost at that. Let's say 8,000. I'll say 8,000. So would it be safe for me to say on the average, you all average out to about 1,500? So there's 26 people in this room. So take that 26 times 1,500 equals 39,000. That means if all of you subscribed to this blog, every time I published, it would be publishing out with a reach of 39,000. That's not too shabby. right? So Bill, you subscribe to your own blog, so as you blog, you're also sending it out to the 80,000 you have on Twitter. And how many do you have on Facebook? How many do you have on LinkedIn? And as we add more of these into our system, I mean, me personally, I could be up to 1.5 million with all the accounts that I have. You obviously have a much bigger account in Twitter, but that's that's a good sized amount of people following you on Twitter. But it gives you so much more juice, and it's all there's no effort. That's what's great about this. Produce good quality content. You'll have a lot of people subscribing to you. Make your downstream. What I mean by a downstream, you're the source and you're creating a river, and everybody's putting their pipes in your river to pull your juice out into their homes, into their territory, into their land, right? Is that a good analogy? So if you're pouring really good quality water down that creek, more people are going to back up to your creek and put their pipe in and start irrigating their territory. Is that a good analogy? So you produce high quality content pouring down that stream, you'll get literally thousands of people tapping into your stream to irrigate their social networks with your good quality content. The moment you start pouring sewage down your creek, you start pitching get rich quick MLM schemes, Ponzi schemes, pyramid stuff. You know what I'm talking about. People are going to pull their spigots out and they're never going to come back. So this is why a Market Hive, when we teach that this is what it does, we actually, instead of us having to beat you up for doing garbage, we're rewarding you for doing good quality work. It's called meritocracy. Market Hive is a meritocracy. You do really good stuff in Market Hive, and you will produce really high quality social network. Okay, we've now reached page number 3, autoresponder, email number 3, the blog number 3. This is the Google Docs version of what we're going to build, the blog, for our autoresponder program. Okay. Because this is on Google Docs, I can host this picture. I uploaded this picture from my computer, but now I can click on Save to Keep, and now it's hosted here. So I can right button click on it, and I can save the image address. But before I do that, I'm going to copy this, a clearly defined strategy, which is what's going to be the name of this blog. Then I go into Market Hive, write a new blog post. It's going to be posted to autoresponders, business development, post title, post link. Again, that's like an appendix. It's not necessary. We'll be removing it shortly. Okay. And I'm not going to necessarily put my keywords in here yet, right? I'm just going to use the memory on it. I'll go back and visit that later. Okay, now I expand out. And I have my title. I paste my title again. I hit the enter key. I go to my clearly defined strategy, that right there, and I turn it into a heading 1. Why? Because search engines consider that more authority because you've made it a heading 1. So that's going to become a stronger part of the keywords of this site because of that. Now I'm going to go back to my image. So I'm going to put the image into a thumbnail. So I'm going to copy the image address. The reason why I make it a thumbnail, and this is how I make it, I insert in the very beginning of my title, my cursor. Then I go to my image properties, and I paste that in there. And I make it 1 width by 1 set. When you're looking at the blog, you don't see it. But when this publishes out to Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, because I've done that, it sees that, and that is the image that is published with the title and the link. Remember that. But I'm also looking at this, the way I've set it up in here. I've got this here. So I have this italics. So I'm now going to copy that. I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to hit the enter key. So I'm dropping down my cursor so I don't pick up my formatting. I'm going to make that italic. Now I have the graphic to put in there. Right button click, copy image address, go back to the block thing. Now I'm going to put it in here. And I don't like it to go, 512 is fine. I'd like to keep it around 500. I definitely do not go beyond 700. There's a reason for that, and I've told you before. I'm building content to go downstream. People downstream may be importing this through their WordPress. Their WordPress, if I put in a 900 pixel wide image into a WordPress that only allows 700 pixels in width, I break their WordPress. I make it look bad. Therefore, they stop subscribing to me and I lose them. So I don't go beyond 700 is the max, so I go to 500. It's not necessary to make it any bigger. What are you trying to prove? You know, my dad's bigger than your dad? That's silly. All right, so now it's just a matter of cutting, paste, and formatting. So come down here, and that's it. So I'm going to just paste the whole thing. So I'm going to copy the whole thing. I know there's going to be some bullet points, and I'll probably make some things bold, but I don't have to do a lot. So I'll make some of this stuff bold. So I know that I have bullet points starting at a clearly defined strategy, and to facilitate, and then once completed. All right. Define strategy, facilitate, and completed. I paste. And it's all bold because that's what, for some reason, Google Docs makes it all bold. So I make it unbold. I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to go and make it a heading 2 and make it bold. Then I'm going to start compressing by hitting the clearly defined strategy. And I want clearly defined strategy to be bold. I want that to be bold. Compress it, just getting rid of the airspace. Make that bold. Get rid of the airspace. 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 Okay, at Market Hive, we mentor our subscribers by providing leadership tutorials with hands-on, checking my spelling with Grammarly. Doesn't always give me the right product. Deliver the finished. Yes, thought-provoking. Okay, that's just reference where I got this content, so I don't need that there. And finish it up. How do I finish it up? Right now, I'm not going to put any more finish in there because I got backlinks and things to go in. So I just look at it all. Okay, so a clearly defined strategy. It's mostly content. It's not a really big article this time. Minimize my editor. Those tags are fine. Public, public. Swiping. Make it available to swipe with members. And publish. Okay. Clearly defined strategy. So now a clearly defined strategy is done. Write a new one. So we're going to go to number 4. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, that's 2. That's 3. That's number 4. High quality content versus low quality content. What's the difference? Okay, so we're going to copy that. We're going to save to keep. All right. So number 4 is high quality content. So we're going to create another blog. And it's autoresponder. Select category, business development. It's title. Post link. Doesn't make any difference anymore. Same keywords. Expand the window. Paste the title. Hit the enter key. So the reason why I do that, hit the enter key, is so that when I make my formatting here, I'm not inheriting it down the line. A lot of people ask me that. Why do you do that? Well, that's why. All right. So now we have that. We go get our graphic, copy image address. We're going to make a thumbnail, right? So we're going to push it into that area there with that little flag. That's the image tag. Paste it, and it's going to be 1. Click OK. Now, we're also going to publish it here, but we're going to let everybody see it who visits this blog by leaving it at the 500, or it's close enough to 500. I just leave it at 500. Okay, and click OK. And let's see, expand the window. Makes it easier for me to work in it. Hit the Enter key. Go get some more content from, this is number 4. I think I can just copy the whole thing. I may have to come back and reference it a little bit. Copy. Okay, Google's quality guidelines is bold. Those are, we're going to know what those are. Consider your users and re-engaging. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and reference it. First of all, it's going to make it all bold. We don't need that. So now I have to make it book by turning off the bold. Compress it from the extra formatting. That's a bold. Why is quality tagged? It's not spelled right. Hyphenate. This Grammarly loves hyphenating, so. There's nothing wrong with that. Looks like it's spelled right to me. Oh, low quality. Okay, a little more compression, a little more compression, a little more compression, some additional compression. I think that's bold. Just seems right to be bold. Make that bold. The reason why I do it like this is I break it up a little bit so that the eye doesn't fatigue in reading. That is the importance of, on a website, making it bold. Worst possible thing you could ever do building a blog is to create columns. Columns were for magazines and newspapers back in the old days. On a website, don't ever make columns. Everything goes right to left, or left to right, and as you read, you can scroll down without fatigue. You fatigue your reader takes off. Yeah, long form makes more sense. High quality, I'm sure it's going to hyphenate it. Business has, one of the major goals business has, have. Properly have. Okay, let's just go check our content. Double check. It's always good. This is number 4, right? Quality content, Google Docs. Yeah, alright, so Google's quality guidelines. Consider users, be engaging, approach content seriously. Alright. Publish. So now I save this, so I can minimize, update. Okay, click here. Oh, not click here. Well, we did, so let's look at it. Looks good. Now, that's number 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to number 5. Multiple channels. How to get started on your content marketing strategy. Start with that. I maximize my window. You're probably getting used to hearing me say that. Okay. This goes to heading 1. And this goes to heading 2. Okay, and then we go, this is number 5, so we go back to 5. We go get our graphic. Copy image address. I didn't hit the carriage return, so when I do, it's going to carry the formatting. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to look at source. Well, it didn't. Thank God. Sometimes it carries that formatting, that H2 to the next one, but it didn't, so we're good. Okay, so now we're going to put in the image here, 512, and we also have to put the image here at 1 pixel because that's our thumbnail, right? You're all getting used to that, right? Channels. We're on number 5. Okay, number 5, multiple channels. Okay, so now we're going to go get some more content. Okay, so that's a heading 2. That's a bold. The rest of it is fine. There we go. You're asking me bullet points more desired for blogging. It's all visual. It just makes it easier for a person to read it and reference where their eye is at. So I break it up with bold. Yeah, I'll have another graphic to grab. Save to keep. Copy image address. I'm pretty sure this size can remain this size. Nope, not at all. It's a smaller one, so I'm making it 400. Hit enter, drop it down, go back to get some more content. Number 5. Types of channels is bold. Common channels is bold. Got another graphic, so that's as far as we go. Copy. See, I got to go in here and break that formatting because it's stuck. See that? So I just put a paragraph tag in there and it's broken it. There we go. That's what we want. All right, so now we're going back to number 5, and we have another graphic. Copy image address. More copy paste, making note of our bolds. It's what resource, develop your content, define your goals. Oh, too far. Okay. Copy, paste, compress it. I think that's an H2, or yeah, heading 2. Compress it, compress it, compress it. Make that a heading 3. Make it bold. More compressing. Define your goals and metrics. What was that? I think that was also big. Go to 5. I think they're all the same. All right. So they're all going to be 2s, I believe. Yeah, make that heading 2. And make that heading 2. I think that's, for example, the case study. Yeah, just I you know what? It's better to double check than to make a mistake. Yeah, all right. So we need this graphic. Okay, 2 is going to be heading 2 bold. Oop, that's far enough. Don't go too far. All right. Copy. Bold. Compress. Copy image address. You know, the stuff's redundant, isn't it? It can drive you insane, but it's what makes... If you've ever done any kind of craft where it requires like sanding, you know, like you just carved a something out of wood, or you just made a piece of furniture, and you're just in a big hurry, so you just belt sanded it and you throw some lacquer on it, it doesn't look so good. But if you belt sand it with 80 grit, then you go to 120, then you go to 300. Then you take a sanding block and you take it from 300 to 400 to 400 to 800, and then you start putting in layers after layers. 20. I usually do about 20 or 30 layers of Watco or tung oil. I start out the first 6 layers with steel wool. Then I use a piece of leather. Brush it on, let it dry, leather it off. And I just hand rub it and hand rub it and hand rub it. And when somebody else spent 30 hours building an oak cabinet, I spent 30 hours building an oak cabinet. If I put another 5 hours putting a finish on it, I went to the store to sell it. I got $1,800 for it, and he got $300 because you polish it. Polishing is a very important thing. You must polish your work. Okay. Polishing is redundant. It can bore you to tears. So when you're polishing or you're doing this kind of work, you let your mind work on other creative projects while you pay attention to what you're doing. Make sense? All right, so in a Content Marketing Institute 2000 Trends, we want to make sure we retain that hyperlink. So we come down here. We have another graphic. All right, so we copy this. Usually it keeps the format of that. So we come over here and we paste. It should be in there. Yep, there it is. Compress. Compress. And I believe that that is a heading. What is it? Heading 2. Bold. The rest of it's not bold at all. So if we have the bold on, take the bold off. Bold off. Go to book. Copy that. Paste. Compress that, this doesn't need to be bold. We'll leave that one bold. Breaks it up nicely. We got another nice graphic. No, we don't want that one to be bold though. Okay. Go retrieve. Save to keep. Copy image address. Always make sure it's the image address you're copying. Make it 500. Okay. It's an automated GIF that I made. Instead of taking this big, huge chart and compressing it down really small where you wouldn't be able to read it, like it looks right there, I took that and then I broke it up and I zoomed in on it. You'll see in just a second here. It'll do it again. Or it should. There it goes. See, it's doing it. All right. Now we have a big block of content coming. So we can, got another graphic. Graphic slows it down. All right, do we have any bolds in there? Nope, not at all. Excellent. Copy. Paste. Compress the formatting. Get rid of the extra paragraph. Number 5. This is a video. So we got to go to the video. Okay, close that. Go to here. So now we're going to put in the video. So the way I do it is I do an open bracket, video, close bracket, so I know exactly where that is. I go to the source, and I put it in between the paragraph tags. Paste the code, and it should show a kind of like a frame, like it's been set in there. All right, click enter, go back to my page. Okay, it looks like we're near the end of this, so we're going to copy that. I don't think there's any bold. Nope, nice, straightforward. Okay, paste. Format it so it's not bold. Compress it. Compress, compress, Okay. Minimize the editing window. Oh, no, I didn't want to save as draft. Okay, well that's what a draft looks like when you save it. So go back in and edit it. Okay, public, swiping members, update and publish. All right, so we update this one. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 9 done. So we have 4 more to do. Okay, so write a new blog. This is number 6. Easy to share content. Save to keep. Easy to share content. All right, select the category, business development, post title, easy to share content, how to make your content easy to read. Maximize our edit window. Paste. This should be heading 1, bold, and this should be heading 2, bold. Okay, now we're going to go get our graphic. This is number 6. Copy image address. Insert the image. Paste the image link. Width 1 pixel, so it's invisible to people on this website. Hit the enter key. Now we're going to install or insert that image in 500. Yeah, 512 is fine. Hit enter. Move on back down to number 6. Continue to get content. First line's bold. The sad state of affairs is bold. And then we got another image. So copy. Paste. Compress out the extra paragraph tags. Sad state of affair, that's going to be a heading 2. And do you have trouble? I think that's heading 2. We're going to double check. Pretty sure it is. 8. Okay, let's go back and get the picture. All right, number 6. Get the pic. No, get that picture. Come on, this is the picture we want. Save to keep. Copy image address. All right, so what do we have? That's okay. The sad state of content, and do you have trouble? All right, there we go. All right, put in the image. Click the image insert. Paste the image URL. Check the width. That's 770. We want it 500. Click OK. Hit enter. Go retrieve some more stuff from number 6. 1. Reshare your own content. Okay, guys, you're gonna learn a lot if you read this stuff that I wrote. Okay, so 1 and 2 are bold, so we copy that. Okay, so we have to unbold, make that heading 2 bold. Compress, 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 compress. Keep compressing until you get to the number. That's also going to be at heading 2. Bold. Enter. Okay, this is number 6. There's our graphic. Save to keep. Copy image address. $500. Okay. Enter. Go retrieve some more content. Number 6. So send in these are links. Yada yada yada. Number 3. and number 4 are made into headings. Paste. Book. Remove the extra paragraph tags. Make that a heading 2 bold. Go retrieve some more from Google Content. Number 6, share content. And this is going to be another graphic. Save to keep. Copy image address. Image insert. Paste the link to the address. Make it 500 in the width. Click OK. Okay, go retrieve. Okay, so now it's 5 and 6. And those are the heading 2s. The rest of it's book. And then we have another graphic. Okay, so compressing by getting rid of the extra paragraph tags. Format those to heading 2 bolds. Heading 2 bolds. Enter key. Go retrieve. We're coming up on an hour. Save to keep. Copy image address. Okay, image insert. Image link. Width 500. Okay. Enter. Retrieve. 6. Not sure how to make it simple image. Check out Canva. Don't turn. Okay, I've got number 7. Number 8. Number 8, 9. Oh, another image. Number 9. Okay, so these are all book except for 7, 8, and 9. And then content sharing is just going to be bold. Okay, so paste this. Remove the bold tag. Heading to bold. I'm just removing those extra paragraph tags. Tighten it up. Heading to bold. Okay, then something was bold. I think it was content sharing takeaway. Well, let's just go look. Double checking doesn't ever hurt. Content sharing takeaway. That's what I thought. Okay, content sharing takeaway. That's just a bold tag. All right. Now we go get, I think, another retrieve some more images. Yeah. Is it an image? No, this is a YouTube image. Okay. So we want copy that. Video. As the development of the blog platform and technology of Market Hive has been moving exponentially forward, I'll turn that off a second. Some things starting to click, and it started to occur to me while I'm working on publishing a blog about the blogging power of Market Hive and the blog platform. But there's something viral occurring, something beyond. Market Hive is a scary thing. Okay, number 6. We're building a really dynamic, powerful, scary thing. Okay, paste that. Hit enter. Unbold it. Make it book. Go get the next video. Number 6, retrieval file, Google Docs. Okay, and this is the snap. We're going to build our own snap, by the way. That's what we're working on right now. Copy link URL. Paste. Make a little video tag. I think you've all seen me do that enough times to know why I do that. So I can find it. Okay, paste. Source. Okay, enter. Retrieve. Getting close to this one being completed. Okay, copy that. Paste it there. Hit the enter key. I think I'll leave it bold. Minimize the editing window. Publish, swiping, make sure swiping's to members, publish. All right, we're going to go here to easy to share content. That one's completed, so now we're going to write a new one, and we're going to go to, I think it's number 7. Okay, so we're doing number 7, and number 7 is analytics. So our website's going to be Social Media Analytics and Reporting Guide. That's the name. That's the subject we're going to make it. And so we're in Autoresponders. Select a category. Mentoring and training. Post title. Social Media and Analytics. We don't need that. And for keywords, I'm going to take those. I already had them in there. We're going to expand our HTML layout page. I'm going to paste that in, hit the enter key, and I'm going to highlight it. And I'm going to turn it into a heading. And then we're going to go backwards. All we do now is we fetch and retrieve. So we're going to go retrieve, and from here to, let's see, first we want the link for this, so we go to our saved keep and copy image address, copy, retrieve. I'm going to put it in here, image. All right, so we're going to go get the link to the picture, copy image address, put in our image. 512 is fine. Got to put in our title. Don't want to forget that. Heading 1. Okay. Click down. Go back to retrieve. Copy this. That makes it go pretty fast. Okay. And that's going to be made into a heading 2. And we go back to it and look at our formatting. Okay, so it starts out marketized. I'm just going to make that a heading. Getting started with social media and that link. So we're going to copy that link. That's at the manifest. Getting started with social media, and the metrics are bold. Getting started with social media. Convince and convert. Copy that link. That's right above reach versus impression. Right there. Link. New window. Click OK. Complete guide to hashtags analytics. That's a heading 2. Advanced social media analytics. Making that a heading 2. How to measure social media. Heading 2. Heading 2. All right, now let's go see what we've got for links in there. Number 7. Okay, we have at CP strategy, so we copy that. Reach versus impression, CT strategy. Hyperlink. Target. New window. Click OK. Complete guide to hashtag analytics. At social alert blog. Copy link. Social alert blog. OK. Scroll down some more. Check for more links. Talk Walker. Copy that. Advanced social media analytics. So below that. Talk Walker right there. New window, click OK. Scroll down some more. Hootsuite. Copy link. How to measure social media, Hootsuite. Okay, social media trends. We just copied mention.com. So we're looking for mention.com right there. I like Search Engine Journal, by the way. It's a great site for what we do. Now imagine doing your creative writing and going through this. Your writing would suffer. You have to write and prepare everything before you publish into this stuff. Okay, new window, click OK. And we're going to make that also, we'll make that heading 3, and then assign it. And make them bold. Once done, minimize it. Public. Make swiping available to the members and publish. Number 7 is published. Now on to number 8. Write a new blog post. Go to number 8. Just copy that. Maximize. There we go. Copy. Paste. Make that heading 1. Make that book. Hit enter. Now we're going to get the graphic. It's that one right there. Copy the image address. Enter. Retrieve. Copy. Paste. Make that heading 2. Make that bold. Hit enter. Retrieve. Man drinking coffee. Copy image address. Copy. Heading 2. Okay, so all our numbers are headings and the rest of them are normal. Okay, and we've got to do right there, Google uses more than 200 ranking signals, so copy that link address. That's what, 3, 1, 2, it's underneath 1. Okay, so 1, I forgot that one didn't get made bold, so I got to do that one too. Okay, so there's under 1, and then 1, 2, 3, third, fourth paragraph. Okay, so we come back up here to 1. Just keep track of all this stuff. It's rather daunting, don't you think? Normal, heading 2. That's where it was, right? Yeah. New window, okay. Number 2. Heading 2. Retrieve. Heading 2. Is there anything there? Yes, there is. Organic last. The last paragraph Organic search closes at nearly 15%. That's really kind of misleading when it comes to Google. There really is no more organic searches of the way that they twist their algorithms to their benefit. Just like the scandal of the elite buying college education for their kids at Stanford, Harvard, and stuff. Well, it's kind of a similar thing going on with search engines too. Insiders pay insider money and they get the organic results. Right, that one is heading to one day at a time, right? Maybe someday we will also have the best search engines for the people, by the people. In the meantime, DuckDuckGo seems to be the best. All right, so go back and retrieve. Capitalize on existing traffic, calls to action. Copy that. Second paragraph, CTAs. Okay, improve your conversation rates. Copy that. Second to last paragraph, improve your conversation rates. Make that bold. Okay, so now we have an image. Copy image address. Click OK. Click Enter. Copy the link address. Tell an interesting story. Keep everybody engaged with funniness. Pay attention to what you're doing so you don't make mistakes. The wandering mind when you're doing tedium is rather overwhelming sometimes. Copy image address. Paste it. 500. Do you all recall why I say 500? The term is downstream. Publish your blogs so that the people who are subscribing to them don't have to worry about you putting big, gigantic images and dumb stuff that messes up their blog. Okay, so copy that. That, and then we have a link on buffer. We have a link on number 4, link on number 5, link on number 7, 8. We go all the way to 8. Okay. Got our work cut out for us there. Copy. And then underneath 3 is going to be our first hyperlink. On page SEO under 4. Okay, on page optimize for off-page SEO. Copy. Link address. Okay, it's this number 6. It's the end of the first paragraph. Mobile first index. Okay, 6. First paragraph. Mobile first index. Google has launched the mobile first index. Okay, 7. Speed matters. Oh, yes, it does. 7. Speed matters. Do you know that a slow website can increase your bounce backs by something like 2,000 to 3,000%, virtually making your site worthless? All right, we got another image to do. Copy image address. 8 good quality backlinks. Paste the URL. 500. Click OK. Should be getting close to this one being done, I think. Copy that. Okay, third paragraph, getting quality backlinks, and can SEO is so got that. 2 more in this last paragraph, so copy that. Okay, so try user behavior, gets bold, and then 2 paragraphs down below that is heat lamps. Alright, so heat maps, second paragraph below that. Okay, where, there it is. Have you guys ever seen, looked at heat maps? It's kind of cool. It's kind of like a thermographic, and it shows you on your website where most people congregate what they look at, which is a really cool kind of tool to have. It's a little script you put in your website, and then there's an extension you put on your browser, and your browser can read it. It gives you a pretty good idea live who's doing what on your website. Okay, conclusion. And there's just one. The majority of this report is from Neil Patel. Okay. Sign it off. One more to go after this. We minimize this. And we're recording. And we want you to be able to swipe it. Click publish. And there's another one done. Okay, so we're going to go now do number 9, which is right here. So storyboard. Copy the image address. Pop in the image. I want this to have a border. I'll put the 1 in that border there. Click OK. It gives it a little black border. I think it brings it together a little bit better because of the white background. Alright, let's grab some more content. And making that a heading 2. And make that bold. Now we go get some graphics. Image tag. Okay, copy. Third paragraph. 1, 2, 3. You might consider storyboard standard, storyboard template, content. Okay, third paragraph under storyboard for productivity. Storyboarding apps. Storyboarding a fancy moleskin, a notebook. Storyboard that, so we take a copy of that, link, address, I think. Then we got the image to do. Okay, now we got an image that we need. Yep. Copy image address. I think I'll put a border around it too. Yeah, okay. Go get some more content. This might be our last retrieval. Maybe not. Nope. Okay, notes, powerful imagery is the secret, and Vangelis is the link. Okay, now we go retrieve the graphic image. Copy image address. I always say that because I don't want you copying the image. I want you to copy the image address. Copying the image won't do you any good. Alright, image tag, width, enter. Let's copy that link address. Gotta go get a video.
The first mistake is thinking about B2B content any differently from how you would think of anything else. You need to make it just as engaging.
Okay, click on source. I'll put that little tag there so I know where to put it. Just stick it right here. That code. Go back to display. There we go. Content. Finally turn your storyboard and scalable, da da da, and we are done. Your product will thank you. Copy. Paste. Make that bold. Copy that and make it a link. And target it. Always target your stuff to the new window so they don't lose navigation to you. Sign it. Make it bold. Minimize it. Public. Swipe for members. Publish. Storyboard. Alright, we got conclusion is our... Oh, storyboard is the conclusion. That's number 9. So the storyboard should be called conclusion storyboard. So edit this. Okay, save it. All right. I'm going to take a break here. All right, now that we got our 9 blog articles done, I think it's 9, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so the link to the first one, and we're going to look at it. I'm going to assess it. Then we're going to go back into our original summary, and we're going to put the links in there. See where it says link? So I'm just going to paste that link there. All right, and then we just go to the next one. Okay, so that's our first one. What is content marketing? Second one, click on it. Copy it. You know, we don't even have to do that. We can just copy the link from the... All right, second one, clearly defined audience. Right there, that's that right there. Copy link address. What is content marketing? How to define your target audience. Email. So what is content marketing? Copy that. Copy link address. There we go. Now we're getting it down. Clearly defined strategy. Copy that. High quality content that's published continually. Copy that link. Paste it there. Multiple content types and channels. Copy the link address. The reason why I'm highlighting it so I know where I was at when I come back. Okay, multiple type content. Put it in for that link. Easy to share content. Easy to share content. Copy the link address. Put it in right there where that link is. Rigorous analysis and reporting. Copy the link address. Put it there. Now we're getting down to the really easy part. Oh. Continual optimization and improvement. Copy the link address. And last but not least, conclusion. Copy the link address. Link there. All right. Now we get to go eat our blueberries. So we're going to go to our email and we're going to create new. And we're going to give it a name. And the name's going to be 9 Fundamental Principles of Every Successful Content Marketing Campaign. That's for us. When we make capture pages, we know what that is. So we click continue, and we start with our add email. Now it's easy. First, we always have to start out with this name tag. So I'm going to put the name tag in every one of these. The name tag here. Put it in every one. Alright, back to the first one. First one is called What is Content Marketing? We're going to copy that. Put it there. Interval is none because it's the first one of a set. Then we're going to copy all of this here. Copy it. Paste it. Make that bold. Make that a hyperlink. It will probably deliver that way anyway because that's how emails work. But do all of them work that way? No. So we're not going to make that assumption. We're just going to stick that in there. Because it's an email, we don't need to do a new window. And there we go. And we sign it. You can sign it with your information. Make that bold. So it starts out bold and ends bold, which helps with the reading it. Okay, save email, right? Add the next email. This time we have an interval. I always make everything a day interval. All right, so now we're going to go to number 2, a clearly defined audience. Copy it. Paste it there. Go back. Copy the whole thing. Paste it. Sign it. Make that bold. Make that a hyperlink. Copy it. Hyperlink it. Boom. Scroll up. I want name above clearly defined audience. So cut that. Paste. Enter. Tighten it up. Make those bold. See that? Let's say you're the recipient of 20, 30 emails a day, and you come across my email. That's what you're presented with. No graphics or anything. A real simple 1 paragraph. How to define your audience. If you're interested in it, click on the link and read more. Otherwise, thank you. Hope I didn't waste too much of your time. All right, save it. Click Add New. Again, 1 day interval is fine. Now you see how easy this is? I mean, I'm telling you, our autoresponder system is really easy. So we're going to copy this. Come here and paste it. Move that up there. Move that down there. Clear this out here. Make that a hyperlink. I'm going a little bit differently than I normally do it because I'm going to save more time. Compressing some of my processes. Clearly defined strategy. Copy that. Make this bold. Bold. Paste it right there. And save email. Okay. Add email. Again, same process. Go to the next one. Copy it. Paste it. Make that bold. Copy that. Paste it there. Scroll down. make that a hyperlink, copy it, hit the link tool, paste it, click OK, save email. Email next one. We're now on number 5. Multiple content types and channels. Copy that. Told you it goes fast at this point. I can teach anybody how to make a set of autoresponders, but producing a good set of autoresponders that people want to read, totally different story. Copy, make that bold, paste it here, scroll down, make that a hyperlink, copy it, hit the hyperlink tool, paste it, hit enter, save email. Okay, now on to number 6. Easy to share content. Copy that. By the way, if you want to paste without bringing over all the formatting, you just hold Control Shift V, and it's pure. It doesn't have all the bold issues and stuff like we dealt with in the past. All right, copy that. Make this bold. Paste that there. Make a hyperlink. Copy that. By the way, Peasy's not spelled with a Z. Click OK. Save email. Working on number 7 now. Rigorous analysis and reporting. Copy it. Control Shift paste. Move that up there. Move that down there. Copy that. Make it bold. Paste it there. Make the hyperlink. Copy it. Hit the link tool. Paste. Enter. Save. Number 8. Coming down the home stretch. Continually optimization improvement. Copy that. Paste, Control Shift V. Move that up here. Move that down there. Highlight it. Copy it. Highlight it all. Make it bold. Paste that there. Scroll down there. Make that a hyperlink. Copy it. Link tool. Paste. Enter. Save email. Okay, now we're on number 9. Conclusion. Copy. Control Shift paste. Move that up there. Move that down there. Highlight that. Copy it. Paste it. I think there was something different than just conclusion. Okay. Is there more than this conclusion? Nope. I guess that's fine. Conclusion. Make that bold. Highlight. Copy. Linker tool. Paste. Enter. And I forgot to sign it. Bold, save. All right, let's go edit the next one because I don't think I put my name on that one. No, I didn't. And look at it, it does have the hyperlink now. Bold. Update. That's number 8. Let's go look at number 7. Make it bold. And this time I'm going to copy it. Copy it. Update. Next one, that's a little edit, by the way. If you wanted to delete it, you press that X. If you want to edit, there's a little edit thing right there. Just paste it. Update. Go to the next one. Easy to share content. I already did it. Easy to share content. Multiple types. I think I've got it in there too. No, I don't. Paste. Bold. Update. Make that bold. Talk about a very simple message. Okay. We're all set. All right, so we've got our autoresponders are now done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And every one of them goes to a blog on your account. So, what happens? Someone comes to one of your capture pages, or capture page, thumbnail page, whatever, and they sign up because they want to know all about the 9 fundamental truths of inbound marketing. And so they sign up, fill out the form. They push the widget, boom, bam, and now they're getting a series of autoresponders that are sending them to your series of blogs. That's a draft, by the way. That's another draft. So they click on that, and they get this great article with a cool video in it. So now that I'm unraveling the mysteries of how Market Hive works, you should all be able to embrace it and really understand the power you have in your hands with the system that we've built. Now, this system has been built over more than 20 years. We actually invented, refined and established automated marketing, which has now been termed inbound marketing. The whole purpose behind all of this is not to spam people, not to hit them with messages that they don't want, but to produce quality material that helps educate people on those people who are looking for answers for their particular problems that you have the answers for, so that they start to appreciate the authority that you're establishing by educating them through systems like this. By doing this, you will build a sphere of influence of hundreds of thousands of people who will do business with you for the rest of your life. And that is the whole purpose behind Market Hive. Thank you. See you on one of the other tutorials.